I've interacted with one. I've interacted with one, like I tried to challenge. So I can confidently say we are better than fresh postgraduates of M&E. So guys, let's guard whatever we have built here. Stay connected to the relationships you formed. Have contacts of each other for guidance, connections, business ideas, etc. For us in cohort 2, we are like a family. We are family. We pull each other. We have discussions in case of any interviews, and people are connecting fellows for gigs, small gigs, big gigs. I'm sure in our cohort 2, people are connected. We had people who aren't working, but as of now, at least they are somewhere and connected by the colleagues we met there. So I'm suggesting you need to you have to have that spirit here as well. So don't just exit the group. Don't forget about your colleagues because you're done with your certificate. Share the knowledge, keep discussing, keep contacts, check on each other. You never know. Opportunity might come from nowhere. And it's not only about the knowledge, it's about exposure as well. We can even find our future soulmates here. Yes, why not? I'm kidding. But anyway, on behalf of cohort 2, I want to say we are proud of you, we celebrate you, and we are looking forward to seeing you prosper. So guys, thank you so much. Please connect more people for the next cohorts, and may you continue to grow. May you continue to lead and to inspire others. Congratulations, 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 cohort 3. The future is yours. Thank you so much. Be blessed. Back to you, Madam Betty.
Thank you so much, Agnes. I am sure we have been blessed by having you speak to us. We appreciate you giving us your time and sharing your experience. And I am happy that you actually want to introduce Power BI and you have taken on an initiative to try and see how your skill can add value to your colleagues, but also to the organization. So well done. And now let me invite, Agnes had said ladies first. So let me now invite the gentleman from cohort 2, who is also going to share with us his experience. Richard, if you're here,
Richard.
the floor is yours. Over to you.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Agnes, for that wonderful speech representing COTU effectively. I'll just put my face to the voice so you can be able to see, although my room is a little bit dark. But here is the face. As Betty has put it, my name is Richard Muhumuza. I'm an M&E professional, I'm a Salesforce professional, and I was part of cohort 2. The speech has been said by Agnes. I will want kind of relax a bit and share with you my story. So in June, I abruptly was stopped from the job I was doing. That was based in Nairobi. And I had to come back to Uganda, and you people might know what that means to abruptly be stopped from working. You are not ready. So I didn't have money, and I saw the advert for cohort 2 MiMP program. When I looked at it, I looked at the content, I saw that this was kind of hands-on. I had done previously an M&E course at one of the reputable institutions here in Uganda, but I had forgotten all that knowledge. So I decided to join the program, and it was mind-blowing. It was hands-on. It was very practical, and the instructors were serious. You couldn't miss uh, sessions. I want to commend you, Betty, for really making sure that your program is very, very serious and impactful. Cut the story short, I posted my certificate on LinkedIn because when you are job searching, I will advise please blow it up. It doesn't matter who sees it. Just post, whether it is on your status, on your LinkedIn and other platforms. Some people will laugh, yes, you have no job, but there is one who will take interest in your post and maybe uh, provide the solution. So my case was posting the certificate of MiMP program and also mentioning what skills we had covered. So as a result, that post we got so many congratulations messages. Reactions were many. You know, as the reactions are many on LinkedIn, very many other people come to see it. So guess what? My former boss got saw it, and he reached out and told me they are trying to create a position that is requires monitoring and evaluation skills. And now that I had done this, he thought he would reach out to see if I am interested. I won't go into details, but as I speak now, this has been my second week of working. So this is to kind of put a stamp to this program that it is impactful and very practical, and please recommend it to other people. One lesson I learned through the whole of this season was being present, like being visible. Um, we are in the digital era. I've come to realize that you need to be prepared. I never stopped checking my emails. That means I had data all the time. Even if I didn't have money, I would not use my data for other things, for entertainment. I would make sure I have some data to read my emails in the morning and also read my email in the evening and also check on LinkedIn. So what I would encourage you, those of you who would want to switch to a better position, those of you who would want to, who are looking for a job, that's one thing. Everything has gone digital. You have to remain present on your digital spaces. And number two, I also learned that I could have chosen to say that I don't have money. Let me not go for this program. I will do it when I get money. And it's never, when you have the money and you have the job, you never get to do such a program. So, despite the challenges you might be facing, if you identify something good like this program, just go in for it. Don't let your circumstances define you. You keep with that dream of yours. You know where you want to put your career. Keep pushing. Don't give up. And at one point or at one time, God will answer your prayer. So I don't want to speak a lot, but I'm really excited and I want to congratulate all of you, cohort 3. I am glad that at the end of it all, I can envision a situation where we have done maybe cohort 100. And what a community shall we be? A community of professionals. So, Betty, what you have started is you just cast a seed, but you're going to be overwhelmed because this community is going to be huge, a big community of professionals. Some of us are going to be heads of organizations. So we shall pick from this program our colleagues and from other cohorts. Things like that is what I envision. So I want to congratulate you, members of cohort 3, for having completed this, but also Betty and the other colleagues of yours for initiating this and also making sure that it happens and then keep it going. You know, it's not easy. We have so many ideas. Some of us have talked of so many things we want to do, but we don't even actualize a single one. 1 year passes and you say next year will start. I've been thinking of writing a book, I don't know for how long. Every time I like this year I'm going to do it, I will write, I'll put 1 hour every day, and I do. Almost 10 years have passed. So I want to congratulate you, Betty, as well, that having an idea in mind and again putting it into actualization, it takes a hell of it. So congratulations to you, Betty, as well. So thank you very much for interaction. We can always interact from our groups and also on other social media platforms. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richard. Richard and Agnes, if you don't mind, please post your LinkedIn URL in the chat so the guys who feel like they would want to connect and reach out can be able to connect with you on LinkedIn as well. Thank you for those very, very wonderful encouragement and feedback. I appreciate you for sharing that. And now, without wasting a lot of time as well, because we need to manage our time, I'll now move on to some testimonies from cohort 3. And the first person I would want to welcome is Wiser. Wiser, over to you.
Good evening, team. So Betty, it's actually Weezer, but I know you've been calling me Wiser for the longest time. So I said, you know what, it's fine. For the purposes of this class, I will be Wiser. No worries. Let me just switch on my camera for people to be able to see me. Unfortunately, the lighting in the room is not so great, but yeah. So yes, there's so many positive things to say about the program. I'll first start by introducing myself. My name is Wiza Siwale. So I am a monitoring and evaluation professional based in Lusaka, Zambia. And in terms of the program, I had always had a desire to join more like an M&E or male mentorship program. And I was on LinkedIn scrolling one day, and I remember one of the M&E gurus that I follow, I think she's based in Uganda, had posted something about if you want to enhance your M&E skills, if you want a platform where you're able to learn more, apply for this Global MiMP opportunity. And I got interested, and that's how I made an application, and I was able to enroll. And definitely, it was, I think, a very good experience for me. I learned quite a lot. So I have worked in the M&E space for some time, but it's that situation where I always joined projects where the theory of change had already been developed, the results framework had already been developed. So you're more like just focusing more on the data management aspect and not on the developing of the frameworks. So it was a very good opportunity for me. That was, I think, the highlight, just being able to develop the theory of change, the results framework, as well as the meal plan, because that was very hands-on, and Betty was very strict on us, and she would correct us mid-presentation and she would give us very good and positive feedback, which I think was able to help the team grow. On a personal note, that's for me was very good because now I'm confident enough to seek out opportunities where I can contribute at proposal development stage, because now I know I have the strong skill to be able to develop the theories of change, to develop the results framework, as well as the meal plan. It was also a great opportunity to learn with the different individuals across Africa, from Uganda, from Kenya. It was nice to just meet the different teams when we went into our breakout groups and meet as teams and just discuss. There was a lot of brilliant minds across the groups, and definitely connections have been made. So I'm grateful for this opportunity, grateful for Betty, for Richard, for Kevin, for all the lessons that were learned. I think as one of the previous speakers have mentioned, we have a lot of resource, and the onus is now on us to be able to just utilize this information. It would be very sad if after a year, 2 years, we do not utilize what we've learned, and it would have been like a wasted resource. So a note to myself and to my classmate, I think we just need to make sure that we definitely have to utilize the resources that have been given to us, the recordings, the notes. For me, especially on Power BI, because it's something I had used before. But then, of course, because of not using it for a long time, that information left. So just having it come back to the fore, it's definitely a good opportunity to now just relearn and practice and utilize it in my work. So a big thank you to the facilitators, a big thank you to Betty, a big thank you to my classmates for a great 6+ weeks, and hoping that we'll still be able to connect even after this program, and definitely learn from each other, support each other, and share opportunities where available. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wiser, for Wiser. Sorry, I have struggled with pronouncing this name. Please pardon me. Thank you, Wiser, for sharing this very wonderful experience with us and the team. I will learn. I will get there. By the time we close this program today, I will have mastered how to pronounce your name. Yeah. Lorna, are you ready? Or you are not? If Lorna is...
Hello, Betty. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, we
Good
can hear
evening.
you.
Good evening.
Yes. So, my name is Lorna Charity Aya from Uganda. I work with an organization called Startup Africa. And last year, a bit of I have shared this before during our orientation, but when I had just graduated from university, I was so confused on what I was going to do. I did not quite perform so well as like I was capable of. So one of my mentors at the university advised me to do a remedial course, and one of his suggestions were monitoring and evaluation or project management. So there I was in 2020, fresh from the university with the lockdown happening. I had a lot of time and a few resources here and there as a recipient of the MasterCard Foundation scholarship at Makerere University. So as a part of the scholarship package, after graduation, we would receive a transition package of around $500, which we were supposed to use to either transition into entrepreneurship, anything that would support you through that phase. So there I was with money, and I was wondering what to do with it. So I went and did a program. It was a monitoring and evaluation, still 6 weeks. Finished the program, applied for jobs here and there, and I graduated in May, and by August, I had gotten a job for monitoring and evaluation. So I joined that organization in the middle of a 5-year project, and I did not. To summarize it all, I did not enjoy my experience with it. So I ran away from monitoring and evaluation because I felt like I couldn't cope up. Everything was new. There was no information. People had left with a lot of the data for the organization. So I ran away from monitoring and evaluation and that job after 6 months. Went into project planning and management. So then I did another postgraduate diploma in project management and planning, and I got a job with an NGO, which I did, and that became like the foundation for the work that I am doing right now. So fast forward to 2024, I joined this organization that I'm currently working with, and in 2025, at the end of 2024, our monitoring and evaluation officer, the senior monitoring and evaluation officer, was laid off. And then in 2025, all project managers at my organization were required to do their own monitoring and evaluation. And then we had another monitoring and evaluation officer that was hired, but his job was going to be mostly technical oversight here and there and guidance. So there I was again with monitoring and evaluation that I had run away from a few years like prior to having this job. So as a part of my initiative to do well at the monitoring and evaluation, I did struggle a lot. I reached out to Betty a few times about the things that I was struggling with, data analysis. Someone mentioned with Excel. That's what I used then, but I was really struggling with basic things as simple as cleaning data. Yes, so I survived 2025. I did quite well, and I decided that I like to either okay, when I do things, I like to either give it like I don't do it at all, or when I decide to do it, then it has to be 100%. That is why when I gave monitoring and evaluation another chance, and also it being a requirement for me as a project manager, I decided to go all in. So I have done, this is now my third program, trying to get that mastery such that I want to become like a subject matter project manager who does not just implement projects, but can design and can monitor and evaluate, and also a report on the findings, and then also provide recommendations that we can learn from the projects that I do implement. So this has been an amazing experience because I have been able to learn. Someone earlier on mentioned trying out their data with the data that they usually use. I also, last time when we did Power BI, I stayed on the call with the tutor for a bit because I was asking a few questions. And Betty, I would like to report to you that I was able to get, I started a new project this year, and we've already had the first cohort run. Normally, I would wait until the project has come to maybe an end or towards the mid of the project that I start my analysis. But I was able to analyze my data for the first cohort using Power BI. I cleaned my data, I made my graphs, and I wrote my report. My team leader was very impressed, and my bosses gave me a shout out. It was just on my WhatsApp group, but ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you why this is very important for me. So we do have what do they call it? Okay, we have biannual, it's called biannual. Okay, somewhere in the middle of the year, we do have performance evaluations. So how this shout out is going to like work for me is because they clearly expressed why they were impressed that I was able to analyze the first cohort data and share my learnings, and also draw insights from how we can improve our content so that cohort 2 has it right with the content and everything that is happening. So usually when we are doing our performance evaluations, it is from it that we get our remunerations at the beginning of every other year. So now this is going to become evidence. So, and like I once mentioned to you guys, I don't know if I did, but we do not have KPIs at my organization per se, but we do have core values. One of them is mastery, the other is ownership, a maximum value, we have speed, then we have the entrepreneurial spirit, and then team happiness. So right now, I already see myself scoring like at least a 4 out of 5, and the year has just value. And then I also giving me the shout outs for how happy they were that I was able to implement, to write my report for the pre and post training survey. And we are able now to draw insights and see what to improve here and there at just with cohort one, small, but I do not take it for granted. And I remember mentioning to the tutor of Power BI that I kind of felt cheated. I usually have very wild expectations from so many things. I was just a stepping stone, and it is now up to us to like take it upon ourselves to like go in as deep and as much as we want to go in. And if you do want to consult a tutor, he'll be able to give you feedback and guide you here and there. So I am very happy that my team lead is happy with me. So normally when they are happy, that's the evidence that we usually use
Lana,
in a
you're
person like
breaking.
myself, my team in India. So I'm already at about, oh, how about now?
Now it's fine.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I was just summarizing that I was very happy about everything that we did study to statistics. Now that's went with us did not like confused and
Lana?
oh sorry, I had dropped off briefly. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, so I was saying that I was happy that the tutors that you always brought us did not leave anyone behind. I remember times when I would get lost and then they would go back. And I'm happy that the class was also always very patient. It is so easy to get irritated, especially when it's the same person always getting lost and things like that. But thank you so much for your patience. Betty, I am going to keep in touch. I know the progress is going to be there as we advance into the year, and I'll be sharing that with you. Thank you so much to the class and congratulations graduation. Let us keep in touch, share those opportunities, and I do wish you the very, very best out of this. My internet is bailing out. Okay.
Yeah, it's coming and breaking, but were you concluding or you had finished?
Yes, I had actually finished, but maybe I can just add that I did get value for my money. I always like to get value for my money, and I can confidently say that I really did. Thank you. Over to you, Betty.
Thank you, Lana, for sharing your experience. Those are really, really very interesting and nice to hear experiences that will probably not just myself, but also to the other facilitators give us motivation to probably even prepare better for the next cohort. And I am so glad that you have demonstrated that this has worked for you and it's already opened doors for you. And you're very confident that in your next year, you'll get a salary enhancement. So for me, that's really interesting. If I can just take us back when we said the purpose of designing this program were very simple. Three things. For those who don't have a job, or if you have a job, get promoted. If you already have a job, be promoted if there's room in your same organization where you are, or if you want to jump out of that institution and go somewhere, have an opportunity to actually advance in your career. That means you don't remain the same, you move to another rung on the ladder. The other one is if you're not employed. My hope for you is that through this, you actually get employed. Not just getting employed, but you sustain that employment. And some of the strategies that we did was take you through how you can navigate work, how you can make sure you have the right evidence when it comes to time for your appraisal. I'm happy Lorna is sharing some of those things, and she has actually been sharing during the course of our program. The second thing that we said, we hope that this can help unlock in your career is that you get to understand and navigate how the field of work is. There's a lot of, politicking, there's a lot of clicking, there's a lot of people doing things to actually push you out of the institution. But we want you to develop a thick skin because you already have the technical skills. But we try to share sometimes when we're having conversations, we share how we navigate. And we hope that through some of those experiences, you can actually develop a thick skin so that even when somebody wanted to bring their relative, you actually frustrated them because you performed better. And now they said, okay, we'll wait for them on the job and figure out how to disorganize them so that they leave. Sometimes you won't leave because you're not competent. They will do things to just push you out because you'll reach your limit and like, no, I care so much about my mental health. Let me just leave this job. And they would have succeeded. So I think one of the things we said is understand how to navigate the world of work. And the last one is you stay grounded in your work, which from some of the testimonies that we've been hearing, there's an indication that you are actually grounded. Why Wiza shared how she feels confident about contributing to business development work in our institution now. So when we designed this program, it's really basically about those three things. And for me, once you might not get all the three things at once, you might not get them right away. Is my network bad? His network. Okay. But we hope that when you advance, it will be better. So thank you, Lorna, for sharing such an amazing experience with us. We are very honored that you are able to share with us. I know it was kind of like an ambush because I sent you a message and you did not respond to it. So I'm like, she's here. I don't know if it's a good thing to just ambush her, but I'm glad that even if I put you on the spot, you were actually happy to share about your experience. So thank you for that. And the next thing on our agenda is we will have Defense just give us our remarks on behalf of cohort 3 participants, and then we will move on to the next. So Defense, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Betty and the team. I'll try to put my camera on. Okay. So yes, as Betty said, my name is Defense Sengele, a project management professional or consultant from Kenya. And I'm so happy to have gone through this program to the tail end. I'm so grateful to Betty for organizing this, for the other two facilitators that we had on board. I'm also grateful for their openness to just share knowledge and just help us grow. Being so selfless, Betty also, to just make sure that this program gave us most of the things that we envisioned to learn and even more. You went an extra mile to give us that knowledge. I don't take it for granted. I'm truly grateful. And on behalf of cohort 3, I want to convey our heartfelt gratitude for what you have done through this program. You might not know, and as Richard said initially, I know with the pace that you've started this program, it's going to get overwhelming, believe me, at some point, that you're going to have so many members joining in, and you'll be like, even your screening will be so tight. And how I pray that moment comes very soon. I believe that even as professionals, even as we go through to like broaden and gain more knowledge and expand our careers, opportunities need to meet us at the point of preparation. So this is just one step. We are already one step ahead, because for me, when I remember I had seen Betty post on LinkedIn about the program, and I really got interested to join because I had been speaking to a friend of mine for a long time. She had started her master's in monitoring and evaluation last year in September. Yes, last year in September. And she had really been encouraging me. And, I was like trying to save towards that goal. Unfortunately, until the USAID funding cut happened and things did not really go well. But I told her, you know what? I'm still going to look for like short programs that are geared towards male or M&E that I can learn and grasp as much as I can, because I felt that in my research and project management world, what was lacking was that I didn't have good grounding, or yes, I'd just say I didn't have good grounding when it came to matters like, developing the theory of change, the results framework, the mail plan, because these things, by the time the project is brought to you, they've already been discussed, aligned, so you rarely even get to have a feel of what goes through them. And I also had very keen interest on data analysis. And I was hoping that through the program also, because I've been more of a quant person, we're going to talk about qualitative, which like was just spot on. It came in very handy. So I believe in being prepared, and I believe that Betty, you've really empowered us. You've really, really given us more than what we need to set ourselves out there. Something that maybe I would want to just encourage or highlight to the team. Let's ensure that we keep showing up on LinkedIn. Sometimes, as Richard said, an opportunity will appear just by you showing up. So you just need to be consistent. Let's show up. Keep showing up on LinkedIn. You might think that maybe you're comfortable at where you are, but you'll come to realize there is more and better out there somehow, through that just being visible on the social platforms, and especially LinkedIn, for our career. So Betty, I'm so grateful. I don't have much to say, but again, on behalf of cohort 3, we are truly grateful. Thank you for pushing us. Thank you for being patient. Again, as you said, some people have full-time jobs. So for them to just drop off class, some people are in different time zones, drop off work, they are stuck in traffic, get home, maybe they have little ones, and then, they have to transition to this coursework. It was not easy, but thank you for being very patient with us. Thank you for always pushing us. Thank you for also pushing us with those group assignments. They were, at some point, they were very hectic, but I'm so glad that we did them, especially the initial assignments on the results framework, the TOC and all that. For me, those were like, you know what? I joined this program because of this. And I think 50% was done for me at that point. 50% was done. So what's pending now is for us to just keep practicing. I think we'll need to still keep in touch with everyone in cohort 3. Have a WhatsApp, as one person mentioned, so that we can link up. We can connect. We never know. Sometimes these opportunities are just circulating or hanging around within us. Someone will just come and ask, okay, we need someone who is ABCD, able to do ABCD, based in maybe, say, Nairobi or Kampala. And you apply, and you never know. Things might go the right way. So yes, I've already said so many thank yous, but finally, I'm truly, truly thankful. I gained good value for my money. Yes, I gained good value for my money, and I I am not, I am not disappointed that I stayed in classes for long hours or anything. I am just grateful that I devoted my time and I got to learn a lot in return. And I'm looking forward to putting that into practice, especially on things like the tool developments, the questionnaire development, and the scripting on Kobo, and also on data analysis. And we'll keep in touch. I'll keep telling you on how my progress is going and how I'm faring on. And any positive feedback, I think the team here in this cohort will be the first people to know. So thank you, Betty, and over to you.
Thank you so much for that very kind feedback, and I really appreciate, and definitely the facilitators who have supported in this program appreciate those kind feedback. We are happy that we were delivered. It might have not been up to 100% from the evaluation because of time, because we didn't extend, maybe we didn't plan well. Maybe the data analysis should have been for 5 sessions or 6 sessions instead of the 3 that we had. But thank you for acknowledging that we did the best that we could given the time that we had. We are grateful for saying those kind words. And now, Defense, I know you had earlier shared with me that you would need to drop off at 8:20 because I think you engaged. So if you need to, please, that's fine. You can drop off. I think also I forgot to mention Bayala, a colleague from Burkina Faso, he sent me a message earlier mentioning that he had an abrupt trip, so he's traveling from his country, Burkina Faso, and is traveling to Ivory Coast for a family emergency, and he did indicate that he wouldn't be able to join this session. So I just thought that I share that with you. Maybe some of you are wondering he's not on the call, and I just realized that I didn't share that earlier on. So yeah, now moving on to next is Kevin. Like I'd already indicated, Kevin is not going to be able to join us. And so it is my singular honor to now invite one of our facilitators to make a few remarks. And yeah, so Richard, you are very welcome. And the floor is yours.
All right. Good evening, colleagues.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, this is Richard. I'm so delighted that tonight I've come not as a facilitator, or you are not here as students. We are here to celebrate the hard work which we have done. It was really a sacrifice. I must say I'm so privileged that I'm here to address you at the end of the program. It's a celebration for cohort 3 that you guys did what sometimes when we are joining the course, you may think, will I finish? Because there are really challenges. But we give these thanks back to God that at the end today we are smiling, celebrating with families, because it was a sacrifice, an offer from family members. I believe most of us have families, but we sacrificed. Hard work pays. That's why you're here, to celebrate. It is the payment after a lot of pain. So this is an achievement. Achievement reflects a lot. It reflects your discipline, resilience, and commitment to growth. You have moved beyond learning a tool. You have learned how to think with data, extract insights, and drive meaningful decisions using figures. This is an achievement you guys have made. That wholeheartedly, I celebrate you. Just like one of the authors, that's Peter Drucker. I'm bringing this from statistics point, that he once said that the best way to predict the future is to create it. Today, you live prepared to do exactly that. You knew why you were joining this course because you had your past data, you had your papers, but you predicted challenges ahead. You determined, you decided that this one, the world cannot change without me. It's a decision that you have made for your growth, on growth professionally. You have gained skills. These skills are so meaningful. You did not go for actually in a history class. This is something hands-on, very practical. And you showed all this. I saw the commitment during the course. The commitment you guys were showing was a reflection of challenges you had at work. That this is exactly what can address the challenge I had. And you got stuck to that. I must applaud you. You have to carry forward your curiosity, the confidence, and your standard of excellence. This is the world of competition. Don't get a certificate and you think it's done. What matters to us is the skills you show on the table. That's the only way you can compete. And skills always will open doors, but your mindset will define how far you go. So the skills will open doors. What is your attitude? How do you relate at work? Means a lot. Gone are the days you want to be a silo of knowledge. Nobody today is a monopoly. You can't. The information is outside there. All over, everybody has it. But how different can you be? What is unique that they always think when you put your hand will come out? It's not about being at school all the time. What do you get after being at school? You guys, I'm sure you're much, much better than those who even have masters and other papers beyond this. Because it was so theoretical, the knowledge you get from school. Me, I give you a testimony that when I was at Makerere School of Statistics, all of us, all the students, we are so proud from that. Everybody knows from the university that that is a school where they use figures to make informed decisions. We change words, our conversations into figures. We are so proud. And everybody, you become so proud to the extent you forget why you are there. You become bigger than the institution. My friend, when we got out, we had so many softwares of statistics. Epidata, SPSS, Stata, all these. But when we got out, just in 2-3 months. We could not apply because it was full of, it's like we were good at theory. You only follow when the lecturer is in class. But anything, any knowledge without practice is nothing. And accept the challenge. Don't be convinced that you have enough. I mean, try your best always to do practice and share knowledge. The moment you are a knowledge share, if you mind teamwork, that's how far you'll go. Don't be mean that you want to, it is only you who knows it. It is a reminder when you discuss your knowledge with others. So I challenge you guys that be the ambassadors of knowledge. I wish you all the best in your career and different professions you have. But you never know. The world is very small today. We meet all the time, and I want to encourage you never to believe that the class has ended. Any challenge, maybe you might have been shortlisted for an interview. Something you suspect that it might come and you're not confident. Please reach out, especially for practicals. We can tell you, we can go through it. We can give you 30 minutes, an hour. That's not much. Me personally, I love sharing the knowledge. Reach out. I must end here and say congratulations to this very cohort. Step forward with pride and purpose. Thank you so much. Well done, Betty, for all this that you're doing. It means a lot to our community and different professions. Please, I know there are challenges. Never think of ending this. You have started it. We must go with this till the end. Thank you. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much, Richard, for reiterating that the class has ended, but we've not ended our relationships. And like you have rightly said, if you need any support for any interview preparation, or you feel like some components of your JD for that particular role is challenging, you're not understanding, you can always give us a quick, nudge, and we should be able to support. Like from the previous cohort, and also, in this cohort, I know some of you have actually done interviews, and some of you reached out and said, I've been shortlisted. What do you think I should focus on? How can you support me? How can I do better? And we have had time where we have conversations and kind of brainstorm on how you should prepare. And I am glad to hear some of you say that the conversations were really helpful. And so it's almost like when you went for the interviews that you went for, you felt like it's like we knew that these were the things that were gonna come in the interviews, and you kind of hasted it. So continue to reach out. You're available to support you. Graduating doesn't mean our relationship ends. Our WhatsApp groups are going to be open. You can continue interacting there. You have something that you feel you want to share in the group, maybe they can help you share. You have individual things that you feel like you want to share with the facilitators. We are all on that WhatsApp group now, so you can always look us up and send us if you want to send individual messages. You can always send. And I promise you, like Richard said, myself, I'm always happy to support you whenever you reach out. For those of you who have reached out, I have always, even if it's busy, I'll tell you when do you need it. If it clashes with my time, we can negotiate if we can push it, but I will always have time to make sure I support you, because I think we should be different. we should be different from people who treated us bad. I don't know if I told you guys, the reason that actually one of the real reasons that made me create this program is I had a very bad experience during my onboarding when I just transitioned into the NGO world. And I told myself I will be so different from how I was treated when I joined the world of work in the NGO world. So if I can make that difference, if I can be able to support you to deliver your job to be better, I am happy to do that. It doesn't end today. I just want to reiterate that. So thank you, Richard, for sharing that. And allow me, before I invite Ezra, to take 2 minutes to just speak through what you guys gave us as feedback in our evaluation. I will just quickly run through them. And then I will invite Ezra to give his remarks and now award the certificate. So just give me a second to project. So let me know if you are seeing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have 11 people in this cohort. Unfortunately, I know one person didn't finish, so I wasn't expecting them to complete. 9 of you completed the form, which is okay, not bad. And we asked questions around what we promise in terms of how we deliver the program, the hands-on approach to learning. We asked you if that's what we did. And so our rank was from 1 to 5, 5 meaning it's really excellent and 1 meaning it's poor or bad. And so majority of the responses, 9 of you ranked as actually 7 out of 9 ranked from 4 and above. So which means we tried our best to make sure that the program is really hands-on. In terms of the duration versus the content that we had, I know there's a complaint here and we will go and see that. Again, 8, actually about 6. So 3 is like average. So 6 out of 9 said the duration was okay. Was the time for the training favorable? 7 said yes. I know probably because we usually agree at the beginning of every cohort, we choose the time that works for us. I know the challenge might have been in terms of how long it takes. If we had said we start at 7 and then at 9:30, the instances where we've always gone even up to 10, and sometimes in some really very rare scenarios past 10. I don't think we've gone past 10. And we asked you to rate facilitators. Our facilitators were knowledgeable. I'm glad you gave us 4 and above, so that helps us to know that all the 9 of you rated us 4 and above, so that's good. But it's not to say that there's always room for improvement. Like I always tell people, if I give you a 5 on something, you're really, really good, but I'll look for a reason to give you a 4.5 so that you continue to be curious to learn. Yeah, so it's also an opportunity for us to improve better, to maybe prepare better for the upcoming cohorts. When we asked if we were engaging the same as facilitators were knowledgeable, I know there are times when we couldn't engage much because of time. We asked if you felt supported during the program, if we were helpful to you. And I think one person said they didn't feel supported, and probably we'll see that in terms of the feedback, their comment when they give. So we also asked you about the different sessions that we had. How would you rate the delivery of those sessions? For the meal concepts, the best practices, key skills, you guys rated 4 and above, so that's good. For the issues around meal activities, ethical principles, relevance of meal information, I think there was somebody who rated 3. Maybe there were some things that were not clear. Theory of change, one person rated 3, but majority is 4 and 5. And for the results framework, 4 and above, so that's good. That meant we understood that maybe better. The meal plan is the same thing, 4 and above. When it came to indicators, 4 and above. When it came to Kobo, I think there were some challenges. Some 2 people still had challenges. And guys, where you have challenges, like we've just mentioned, if you start either you want to script your data in Kobo, you reach somewhere, get stuck, just reach out to us. Me, I promise you I'll be able to support you. So wherever you still have challenges, reach out. We should be able to start. Then there's a session about understanding your job description and issues around performance management when you're doing appraisals. I think 3 people gave us average. Maybe I also think because time was not enough, I remember when we are delivering this session. So maybe that could be it. But if you still need any understanding, we did mention that when you look at your job description, you don't understand it. Go to your supervisor, consult them, and ask them to interpret for you what that is. Your direct supervisor, it could be your project manager. If he can't, go to your technical supervisor. That might be a meal specialist or a meal manager. They always know what each particular task means in a job description. So don't always just die when you don't understand something, consult. And then for the qualitative approach, I think there were also 2 people that didn't get it quite well. So always reach all these facilitators on our chat. The RCT design, which was the last thing that we did, and few people attended. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a 3 because we also didn't. It was things around Starter, and most of you had not used Starter, so I wouldn't be surprised. And then one of the key things we talked about was data protection. And you said 3 of you rated it a 3. Maybe you didn't understand well, but you could go back to the slides. I wonder if any of you had a chance to read some of the breaches of data protection in your own countries, because I'd also given some examples in that data protection. So just be curious and look at some of these things. We had a session on LinkedIn visibility and personal branding. And I think Richard today mentioned that you need to show up. This is a digital age. And we thought we needed to also incorporate this for this cohort. So you know how to, because people are actually getting jobs on LinkedIn. You don't have to first apply for a job. People will actually inbox you. Have read your bio, your profile. There's this particular opportunity I think might be a good fit. Do you want me to schedule a call, or should I send you a TOR or a JD and you look at it and apply? So that was a good session for us. And then the Power BI session, also about 3 people didn't feel like they understood it well, but we said we are open. Richard is open. You have anything you're working on and you still need support, please reach out in the WhatsApp group. We are there. So we asked what program, what elements you want us to improve. The class is N+9. I do agree with you. I really agree with you. Maybe the thing that we can do is limit the content, because sometimes I've given you things that the 11 of you didn't mention because I feel it's relevant. It's good for the time that we are in. We would have even talked about AI because it's like the in thing now, but we didn't talk through that. So it becomes a bit lengthy. I try to make sure I blend in what I think is important, even when you don't mention. And so sometimes it might look like we are rushing, but hopefully we just need to rethink this for the next cohort. If we just focus on just what you guys say, what you want to learn, but maybe we can also explore expanding the program to 7 weeks instead of between 4 to 6. We will think through that. But yeah, I agree with you, classes have been going past 9. Someone said we need to, there are people who were already practicing, so I think they feel like we didn't give them opportunities to share more. And I am so sorry for this person. Hopefully, there's a folder of bios in a Google Drive folder. Please go look people's bios up and see what works they're doing. And if you need any support, reach out to them. The meal practitioner, Wiza, Defense, Brian, even Daniel. Majority of the people are actually practicing M&E, so reach out to them. Overall, the program was well structured. The one feedback that you guys said, which I totally agree with you, is if we have programs, like if we know that we're going to start Power BI, we need to send you guys information of how to download, install, test it ahead of time. But sometimes we didn't do this in time, and I agree with you. So this is a lesson that we'll take moving on to next cohort. We spent a lot of time in exploring examples and scenarios. So this person is saying that we spent time with examples. Another person was saying that we didn't give other people opportunity, those who are practicing too. Yeah, so there is a mix of experiences. Improve the aspect of real life application of how some scenarios were felt with and how it was applied. Okay, maybe we didn't give very many practical real life examples, but yeah. Some topics needed more time, like Power BI, yes, you said, and LinkedIn visibility, etc. The issue was time management. I agree with you. So we will figure out how we improve moving forward. The group assignments should be improved as they are currently conducted. It's impossible to know the level of understanding of each member. I didn't quite understand this, but I know individually in some groups during group assignments, some team members were saying other people were not really cooperative, and I'm like, I might not be able to really support, like, if somebody doesn't want to participate in the group, it's their loss, because the group assignment is meant to reinforce your understanding. It was quite unfortunate that some of you were unable to commit, maybe because you had busy schedules at work, but hopefully next time when you experience a similar program, you can now actually get to this, because those are where diverse opinions happen. And there are some examples that you might get in a group that will get stuck, remain with you forever. So I always encourage people to love working in groups. Time should be more. And then some of the benefits that you guys say, this is the last section. The benefits that you mentioned, besides what the other people shared already. Someone said understanding of the tools while actually being able to develop some. I think some of you have already developed your tools in your organization, so that's good. Through the sessions, I've learned new research tools and methodologies that I wasn't exposed to before. For example, Kobo Toolbox, Tata, and Power BI. I've learned being able to be prepared for interviews and how to improve my LinkedIn presence. Someone said improve my overall competencies in meal, and highlighted some of the areas. My immediate impact has been a noticeable shift in how I approach program designer, I now think more intentionally about linking activities to outcomes, questioning assumptions, and ensuring that data collected is purposeful and actionable. So this is nice to hear that you actually now know that if you're collecting data, don't just collect data and it sits there. If there's no use for it, don't collect it. If you're not going to use it to make decision, why waste resources to actually collect? Someone is highlighting confidence in developing theory of change and the meal plan. I think we also had that when we shared testimony. Somebody still talks about Kobo, and then theory of change. And then what were your expectations for joining the programs? Were they met? All of you said your expectations were met. I don't want to read all of this, but they were very, very valuable feedback, and thank you for providing us this. With this, I will now transition to invite Ezra. Ezra is a program quality lead. It's sometimes very difficult for them to be on the call all the time. One of our program team member is Dr. Adonio Emmanuel, is a program advisor, but is unable to be with us today. These are people who have signed on to your certificates. And so without wasting too much time, Ezra, let me hand it over to you to give your remarks and then also award the certificate. So how the certificate awards is going to work is that we will project, I will read names, project the certificate, and then Ezra will hand it over to you and we will tap for you. I pull it down and go to the next. So Ezra, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Betty. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, sorry, the Wi-Fi has been messy since yesterday, but I'm trying to use the phone to basically to do whatever I'm trying to do. To the graduates, congratulations upon this milestone. To the facilitators, well done, and to everyone else, especially those who have really decided to dedicate their time to see that they accomplish this particular course. Yeah, my network is trying to warn though. So I take this opportunity as someone who has participated in assuring the quality of this particular program. And so I thank you all for giving that detailed feedback through the feedback that has just been presented and analyzed by Betty and the team. So I believe the course accomplished what exactly was intended for from all the participants overall. I know, like, I think the last cohort, they're from about 5 countries. And I think this same year also is around 5 countries also. I think Kenya, Zambia, and is there anyone from Liberia this time?
No, not this time. It was last cohort.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Yes, Brian? Yes, so I would like to believe that this particular course has strengthened your foundation in meal concepts. I had Lorna give her perspective on what exactly she has learned, but also I appreciate Defense who has been doing some consulting work, but also decided to take up this this particular course. To me, it's learning never ends. So and to us, the course is quite comprehensive, but doesn't mean like this should be the end. So critical to this course is basically issues about theory of change, and also appreciate to the team members who took note that issue about the results framework, the intervention logic is quite critical, but also seeing how it links overall to the meal plan. This informs on what exactly we always try to do, but also embedding on issues about data and information, both qualitative and quantitative, which came into play practically. I really appreciate the team. So I believe as time moves by, we should really try to see how we can be able to embed use of AI into this particular training so that the team can be able to really appreciate what exactly AI does, but it should be ethical AI, where we should be able to prioritize human well-being, ensure fairness and equity, promote transparency overall, instead of just applying AI and copy paste things unethically. So I believe I can be able to support the team in the next phase to see like AI in M&E framework is well embedded and people appreciate what exactly this entails. We take note that AI is rapidly entering the evaluation practice. We're not going to run away from it. And the challenge is no longer whether to use it, but how to govern it responsibly. So we all benefit from AI, but also how biases occur, transparency can be addressed is quite critical. So these are some of the things we should be able to basically embed into the AI modern evaluation frameworks, or when we try to develop a framework using these particular approaches. I also take note, like I think you did highlight that you did some RCTs, some random control trials, I don't know, but also introduce data to the team, but also the use of Kobo and also Power BI, which I appreciate. Lorna took that personal to really practically apply it during the process of learning. So, but also issues about data protection obligations in line with your country's Data Protection Act and GDPR. To us, this is quite important to review the requirements of your country's Data Protection Act and GDPR policies as you embark on this particular journey, so that you really do not, how would I say, violate the rights of others, especially in the usage of AI, but also overall when you go to the field as consultants tomorrow to collect enormous bulk of data. So these are not just technical skills that they are your responsibilities now. So I know like the team were unable to cover everything policy-wise, but it's also your obligation to really take the learning extra. I take note of what Richard has said, that learning never ends. Every day there is learning that takes place. So basically, as you turn to your organization, I encourage you to be champions of ethical evidence use, but also safeguarding and also social accountability, to demand space and budget for learning, and to invest in your professional visibility is quite critical. I did hear the team took note that you should be able to see how you can go to connect as a group, but also to really try to network through LinkedIn. Some of us got opportunity through LinkedIn over time, and it's really interesting because people see your visibility on what you've learned, but also what exactly you do every day. So I would like to thank you all for the journey started and yet to grow, and we shall ensure that we assure the program to meet everyone's need or every participant, as long as it's within the program's schedule. So I would like to appreciate the team because of time factor. It's already coming to 90 side. I really appreciate you all for your wonderful participation in this program. Thank you, Betty. Back to you.
Thank you, Ezra, for those very brilliant remarks. Those are very powerful closing remarks, because the next segment now is we are going to share the certificate. So Ezra, we will do it just like we did for cohort 2. I will flash the certificate and then you will hand it over to the team. So just allow me project. Okay. So first participant is Akongo Immaculate.
Okay, I take this opportunity to congratulate Akongo Immaculate upon your completion of the MiMP program. Congratulations, Akongo Immaculate.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, do I know you? It's okay. I am your king. Sorry, it's okay.
Hallelujah.
Congratulations upon completion of this particular course.
Thank you.
Next
Yes, let this be the
is,
first step. Yes.
are you seeing this? Are you guys seeing the screen? Are you seeing the certificates flashed?
Yeah.
No, I'm not seeing. I'm just listening to the names.
Are you guys seeing what is on the screen now?
Yeah, I've seen
Who is on the screen?
the list of participants. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay. So I need to share something else. Sorry, it should have been this. So can you see what's on the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, let me take yours back because I think we didn't show yours. So this is yours, Immaculate.
Thank you.
Okay. And this is Bayala. So as I mentioned earlier, he's not in the program, but in his absentia, I think Ezra, you can go ahead.
Okay, I take this opportunity to congratulate Angel Lionel Bayala upon completion of the MiMP program. Congratulations upon this completion.
Next is Daniel. Daniel, are you here?
Yeah, Betty, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ezra? Is Ezra on? Ezra, if you're speaking, you're muted. Ezra is muted. Who is here? Richard. Richard Muhumuza.
Yes.
Please support and let's finalize this. Ezra's network has disturbed. So please support me in handing over the certificate. So the next person, I think, the next person is Daniel. So just hand it over to him.
Daniel Subeo Christopher.
Sorry, but
He's back. He's back.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ezra, can you hear us?
Yes. Yes, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Daniel Subeo Christopher upon completion of the MiMP program. Congratulations, Daniel.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Next is Defense in absentia because she has dropped off already.
Okay. Congratulations, Defense Ingele, upon completion of the MiMP program. We appreciate your time taking this initiative. Congratulations.
Okay. Next is Joy. Ezra? Has he dropped off? He's on. Ezra? Next is Joy.